Universal Hoop Law states that offense sells tickets and defense wins you championships. But Kevin Durant don't give a about none of that.
Correct?
Yeah.
He's team offense all the way, and he let that be known on Twitter. But for some background context, Will Barton said that Melo is a top 15 talent of all time by the eye test.
Athletic, but could shoot inside, outside. Man, come on.
Brooklyn's beat said bucket getters are more respected by players than other types of players exhibit 200. KD clapped back. Offense wins you championships, brother. And damn it, the guy knows a thing or two about doing that.
It's a journey that's better than a destination.
He also knows a thing or two about flaming people on Twitter for their crazy basketball takes. But I also know that Twitter loves to beef with KD.
It's a lot.
So let's dive into what y'all are saying. The Thunder Zealot. How come you couldn't get a chip with Russ and Harden in 2012? I don't give a what the rest of this says. It's a simple response. LeBron was the best player on the planet, on the best team on the planet. Let's move on, you thunderous what do you have, the brain size of a peanut? Woke 1234. Cap, defense was the reason why your Nets and Suns didn't win championships. You need to wake up and smell the roses because injuries were the only reason why the Nets didn't win a title. If KD would have had James Harden or Kyrie Irving available, I think they go on to beat the Bucks and eventually win the NBA championship. And if KD wore a size 12 instead of a size 75.
He shoots. Yes!
But these tweets like this, Woke, give us nightmares. You are not woke.
Not today, Satan.
Ray said, how come you got 0 rings as the best player since you're the best scorer ever?
I can't with y'all.
For the 900th time on those Warriors championship squads in 17 and 18, KD was the best player. Hate to break it to y'all Warriors fans. I don't give a about that bus driver, bus rider bull. Get out of here with it. Valid Haitian, sac passe. It's a combination of both. You can't just be an offensive team that can't play no defense. You have to be able to play some bit of D. Now, this is actually the most valid response that I think we have today.
Thank you.
Historically, though, most of the teams that do win titles are probably top 10 in both offense and defense. So this is a very safe response. But I'd expect nothing less from a fellow Haitian. Lev, do you realize this whole argument started because someone listed Melo top 15 all time who doesn't have any championships? There's 2 reasons why is a can of bounce that ass and it needs to be flushed down the toilet. Number 1, reading is fundamental, kid. He didn't say top 15 all time. He said top 15 talent.
Eye test. It ain't 15 guys that I ever seen that were better than him.
When you talk about top 15 all time, I don't think Melo's top 15 all time because we base that off of success and winning championships and MVPs and such. But as a talent?
Anthony for 3. Bang!
Why not? I think this is an argument that's open to debate. Secondly, we always pull championships into how we rate or grade a player's career. So if Dame never wins a title, he was trash, right? Or Patrick Ewing and Charles Barkley and John Stockton and Karl Malone never won chips, so they're all garbage. So does that make Melo garbage too?
Who, me?
Out of here, kid. Don't go out the front door, use the back. You're too ugly for that. Almighty Pisa. KD just be talking. This is the tweet of the day. Look, you already know that KD's like a ball hawk when it comes to this Twitter. He'll call you out over anything that's hoops related that doesn't make sense to him.
We all do the same shit on Twitter, but for me, it's a problem.
And rightfully so, I'm glad he's educating the folks. But let me educate KD on something. I did my homework for this one.
Thanks for the tip.
Out of the last 5 NBA champions, 4 of them have had top 10 defenses, while the Nuggets had a 5th ranked offense in the league with a 15th ranked defense. So the last 5 champs don't really do him any justice right there. But if you go back a little deeper, from 2015 to 2018, every single one of those teams were top 3 in offensive rating, and KD was on 2 of them. When it comes down to what I would prefer, I would want my team to be defense first, because I love two-way players, like Jimmy Butler, Paul George, or Kawhi Leonard. They all came in as defensive specialists that figured out the offense later. But this is an offensive-driven league now. With the type of spacing, the pace that's ran in today's NBA, it's impossible to hold teams to under 100 points. It's just not happening anymore. And we all know this saying too. Better offense beats better defense 100% of the time.
By Simmons. Is this the dagger?
And for a great offensive team, it could just come down to having timely stops. Look, to put it in layman's terms, it's like having a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You can't have a bunch of monsters, a bunch of spells, or a bunch of traps. You have to have each one in certain amounts of doses. If you want to build a perfect NBA team, you should be well balanced. You should be able to do both. So it doesn't really matter which one you prefer. It just matters what type of personnel you have on the roster.
At the end of the day, I'm only talking about basketball.
Hope I entertained y'all with this TED Talk today. And KD, hop on Twitter more. Let's have you back on the show as an honorary guest of Called Out.